I'm Vijay Lakshmi. Welcome to Real Estate Roundup, your resource for insights into the world of Bay Area real estate. And it's brought to you by Realtor Nagraj Anaya, the founder of nagrajhomes.com. So join us as we get talking on various aspects of Bay Area real estate with what's on your mind, questions big and small, any direction or guidance that you need from Nagraj on really how to navigate this very confusing space, whether as a buyer, seller, investor, or renter. And we are, of course, coming to you live on Bolly 92.3 FM. Studio lines are now open, and the number to call in to join us 877-265-5992. That number 877-265-5992. And with that, let me welcome Nagraj. Happy Sunday, Nagraj.
Hello, Vijay Lakshmi. Hello, Bay Area. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are
Super.
having it. We are not only.
Super seeing you on the Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I'm excited for the today's game too. Listeners, we are live on a Bolly 92.3. If you have any questions, you can give us a call. We are live on a Bolly 92.3 and we are live on a YouTube too.
Uh-huh. Right. And so YouTube is where you can catch us as well live. And of course, not just for today's show, but also like, share, and subscribe Nagraj Anaya's YouTube channel to get you up to date with what's hot happening and trending in Bay Area real estate. So, Nagraj, talking about hot happening and trending, do you actually think the affordable options, housing options in the Bay Area are fast vanishing?
It's a great question, Vijay Lakshmi. I think let me give start with you a few examples. Last week, no, yesterday I was in an open. I went to one open house in Santa Clara. It was
Hmm.
1 p.m. and 20 people were standing in the outside. This was
Okay.
for a 800K home listed in Santa Clara. Okay, just 800K home, and
Mm.
it was more than 25 people standing outside.
Whoa.
And
Okay.
Cupertino, border of Campbell and sorry, it's border of Campbell and San Jose house was listed for 2 million. We There was a 30 offers came in for even for
What?
2 million house.
Wow.
30 offers came in and it was sold for more than 2.42. 2.42. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So if you look, what are the reasons it is like basically your home prices are going so much and why there are no more affordable homes for us?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening in this?
Yeah.
So basically, as we discussed about the construction cost, it's
Yes.
expensive right now, especially after even the immigration changes and other stuff. What's happening right now, you're
Mm-hmm.
noticing so much building costs or construction costs are going up so much.
Mm-hmm.
And even recently, the Trump the president brought in some changes to getting from China and other stuffs also.
Tariffs. Yeah.
So that is also going to be a huge impact.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing is the national housing shortage right now. The Bay Area has long been an extreme case of housing unaffordability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And median home prices right now, like, is just skyrocketed. If somebody had bought a house in 2022, it's like, for example, in Santa Clara and everything, right? They used to get it for 1.4, but right now, anything in Santa Clara and other areas, it's impossible to get it. It's all gone down to close to a 1.9 or a 2 million, even a
Mm-hmm.
1,200 square footage homes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And millennials are now in the prime home buying years right now because initially it used to be people were getting it after 35, 40 years right now, right?
Yeah.
But what we are noticing in less than 25, 30 years, you are seeing million right now they're buying homes of close to a 2 million. That's
Mm-hmm.
one of the observations. And one more thing is like high stock options, whatever whoever is working in the tech field, right? They're
Yeah.
in the RSUs. I think whoever joins in the good tech, not everybody, but whoever joins in for a big $1 trillion companies, you can look around their net worth of last 2 to 3 years. Their net
Mm-hmm.
worth as like basically as close to $1 million within a 3 years because of the RSUs,
Yeah.
stock, whatever they get in. And so that is why the home prices also goes up, right? And
Mm-hmm.
one more thing is you can look around, the construction has always been a lag right now. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to do any upgrades, anything, a remodeling right now, or anything and any additions, if you want to do it, to get even your approvals to make even a 500 square footage additions,
Yeah.
it is taking close to an year right now. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to build a new homes, it is just forget it. It is going to take you 1.5 years
Oh,
even for
wow.
the approvals. Even
Mm-hmm.
for any small changes. I was doing in a preschool project in Santa Clara. It is just to as is, but we are adding a making some wall changes and everything. The construction cost to get the preschool to up and running,
Mm-hmm.
even to get the building permits approved, just to get your building permits approved, I've spent up to 150K right now,
Wow. Okay.
up to
Mm-hmm.
150K right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And to make that ready,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be close to a 600K or to 700K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So look at the construction cost, how it is. One more thing is
Yeah.
zoning laws. And one more important thing is the zoning laws. Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
zoning laws also is making us so much limitations, because in the historical houses, you can't demo, you can't have more homes, and a single family home zoning dominates the Bay Area, like 82% of the residential land. And
Yes.
whatever the new constructions are coming in, like it's always a three floors options or a condos. People don't like a condos also.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
exclusionary zoning law, which prevents a multi-family housing and a limiting supply also. And even the city came up with the ADUs and everything, right? To
Yeah.
add even ADUs right now is so difficult. It is not like it's affordable option to go and add your ADUs, right?
Mm-hmm.
ADUs are,
Yeah.
if you want to add a ADUs, it costs you a 300K.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe
It was meant to sort of make it more affordable, but it doesn't turn out that way.
there are
Mm-hmm.
like a fabricated homes which you can
Yeah.
get it, but the fabricated homes are not solving your shortage supply, right? And even the restrictive laws like height limits,
Hmm.
restricts a buildings over 2 stories, right? And parking, and if, for example, if somebody wants to do anything, also even the parking requirements also,
Mm.
and minimum lot sizes also. Where do you get a bigger lots right now? Okay.
Yes.
If you get
Yes.
if you go for a 5,000 square footage lot in Cupertinos, you can build only 1,800 square footage. You can't even add ADUs also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
And
Right.
anybody who wants to do a constructions right now is so hard, because like you need, if somebody wants to do a new constructions, it,
Yeah.
like I was telling you, that 800 square footage you put in Santa Clara example home, even that house, the seller clearly said they want a cash only option. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that cash only option, even if you get it for a $1 million, you need to completely gut out of that home. Okay. You can't
Mm-hmm.
do anything on that home. You need to
Mm.
gut out the home and
Yeah.
to rebuild that house again. To
Mm-hmm.
rebuild even a 1,800 square footage is going to cost you $1 million, unless
Yes.
you have so much good contacts right now,
Mm-hmm.
so where you can negotiate with the contractors, you negotiate with the architects. Nobody doesn't want to do it for you a lesser price.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Let me give you an example
So
also.
before you go ahead, let me tell folks that you're listening to Real Estate Roundup, brought to you by Nagraj Anaya, the founder of nagrajhomes.com. And of course, we're talking all about real estate, the affordability of it in the Bay Area, the construction costs that are just ramping up, why construction is slowing down. If you've experienced something similar or you have questions around real estate, whether that's buying, selling, investing, give us a call. You'll get a well considered opinion from Nagraj, and the number to call us 877-265-5992. 877-265-5992. Yes, Nagraj.
Yeah, like for example, what I was trying to tell you, right? There
Yeah.
should be some government efforts needs to be done. They're
Mm-hmm.
trying to do it, but overall, it is not solving the number of homes coming up. Go look around anywhere in the South Bay or anywhere around. If somebody wants a new construction, even for a 2.5 million, 2.6 million, how many number of homes are coming single family home?
Mm-hmm.
My clients are ready to even pay for 2.5, 3 million new construction. Look around complete South Bay. Only couple of homes or maybe few limited number of 10 homes you might get it.
Yeah.
So there
Mm-hmm.
should be some political action needs to be taken. Okay.
Yeah.
Wealthier
Mm.
suburban homeowners like basically coming with a new zoning changes. That
Mm-hmm.
there are some affordable homes came in, for example, even in a Tracy, Lathrop, affordable homes came in. Okay, a lot of people did move in, but what is happening in there also? What are these affordable home options came in? It is no more a lesser price now. The home prices there also is going more than $1 million right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what is happening also, the investors are the one who is ramping up the home prices also.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is,
True.
like, for example, you go buy one house,
Yeah.
you go buy second and third home also there. That is where the rental also increases there.
Yeah.
And what
Mm-hmm.
happens is, a lot of times I've talked to the investors, like the investors, what they do is like they get it for a good cash only prices, fix
Mm-hmm.
it up, and they sell it for a very good prices later also. So
Yeah.
there is not even chances of the home prices going down.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
what does it happen for the school teachers? What does
Yeah.
happen for the all the people working in the police forces or the fire people, right? What does
Yes.
happen for them? They can't stay in
Yeah.
the South Bay
They
anymore.
don't find, yeah, they don't find it affordable. And of course, all of the high inflation, the interest rates, that is again translating into higher borrowing costs for developers that, like you're saying, it's making them more cautious about spending that money on housing projects, right? So that's another factor. And I came across a curious factor,
Like,
which was that,
one more thing, Vijay, if
yeah,
listeners,
go
you
ahead.
want to share what do you think about what we
Mm-hmm.
can do better, you can always pitch in, you can give us a call. The show is for you guys. Okay,
Yeah.
you can always leave a comment on YouTube, or you can basically call us also. We are live on a Bolly 92.3. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bolly 92, 877 Bolly 92.
Mm-hmm. And if you are, contemplating constructing something, remodeling, or you're possibly gone through an experience like that, you want to share that with us for the benefit of the community, you can do that. And of course, all you need to do is to call us, and the number is 877-265-5992. Anything around real estate, you're welcome to call in, and we'd love to hear from you. So keep those calls coming in. And of course, Nagraj, construction workers also, there aren't enough workers to build the homes. So developers are then reporting difficulty finding those workers. And now, of course, with Trump's more, immigration laws and deportation laws, etc. So that's going to make it even tougher.
And I think there
Um,
is a few things, few pointers for that, Vijay Lakshmi. I think
yeah.
the construction workers also, right? Like, I know that some of them are impacted, but some of them are misusing that also. For example,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen one contractor who was basically hiring the subcontractors or the laborers. They take him, they basically get them for a low prices, and but
Mm-hmm.
they don't even pay them properly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because these guys are not even well educated. Since
Yeah.
they're not well educated, they were not even able to negotiate the prices with their contractors, and the
Mm-hmm.
fear of their loss, losing of their jobs, fear of the ICE attacks, right? Uh,
Yeah.
they're not even be capable of asking them the proper hikes. But forget about the hikes. They don't even get paid properly.
Yeah.
I talked to one of the basically the laborer. He was
Mm-hmm.
telling me, Nakaraj, they didn't pay me from last 7 days or last 10 days, whatever the work I've done.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So they're like totally exploited
See, yeah,
on
some of
that.
the laborers are getting even exploited here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is also one of the reasons also, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they're not getting paid how they can take care of their families.
Yeah. So given all this, what net, what do you think? Is it worth living in the Bay Area or not?
It's I think it's a one of the great question, right? Like one, it's always contemplating for yourself. Okay, uh, why do you? Is it worth? The cost of living is extremely high. The competitive, high stress life, quality of life considerations,
Mm-hmm.
right? Education and schools, and
Yeah.
social and community aspects,
Yeah.
right? And it is kind of a golden handcuffs effect always.
Mm-hmm.
Because many people stay. I'm going to talk both the sides,
Yeah.
positive and the negative side. What one people section people thinks about, right?
Yes.
And what does the other section of people thinks about it. Okay, these are the complaints from the people who doesn't want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like, is it a golden handcuffs effect? Is it like basically, is it worth it? Right?
Hmm.
Personal priorities and values and everything. But
Yeah.
why you want to stay?
Mm-hmm.
Career opportunities and high salaries, right? tech above the world. I pay offsets that cost. Like basically, people, you see, you're capable of buying any 2 million, 2.5 million means you're capable of earning yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you're in tech, biotech, AI, finance, or entrepreneurship, no
Yeah.
other place offers the same career growth and salary potential.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like Austin people might be saying that, yeah, here like the houses are good. Can't even compare that house price houses to here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you think you get a ultimate weather and outdoor style lifestyle like us,
Mm.
which is a mild climate, diverse natural beauty,
Yes.
and outdoor and family friendly?
Nothing to beat that. Mm-hmm.
You can year around, like you can go to parks, lakes, hiking trails, biking
Yeah.
routes, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even the kid-friendly attractions like Golden Gate Park, Monterey Bay Aquarium,
Yeah.
all these things, correct?
Right.
Let's take a quick break. Listeners, will join you back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
We'll
Take
be back. Keep listening. You're listening to Real Estate Roundup brought to you by nagrajhomes.com.
To buy or sell a property and for all your real estate needs, contact Tech Realtor Nagaraj Annaiya, your friendly real estate guide. Nagaraj Annaiya, the one-stop shop for all real estate needs. Call 408-805-4653 or log on to nagarajhomes.com.
welcome back.
Welcome back, folks. You're listening to Real Estate Roundup brought to you by Nagraj Annaiya, the founder of nagrajhomes.com. And of course, we talk about getting you up close and personal with what's happening in Bay Area real estate. So, whether you're looking for a new home or you're thinking of selling your current home, you know whom to call, and that's Nagraj Annaiya. And the first place you want to start it all is at nagrajhomes.com. He is, of course, as you can tell, the subject matter expert on with his pulse on the Bay Area real estate market. He can provide you the guidance and the advice that you need to make this most critical decision in your life, which would be owning real estate. So you want to count on him for that, and you have the opportunity to join us right now with your thoughts on Bay Area real estate. The number to call in 877-265-5992. That's 877-265-5992. And of course, we come to you every Sunday, 12:30 to 1 p.m., but also on Fridays, 6:30 to 7 p.m., when Nagraj gets all of the subject matter experts who really are connected with real estate, whether that's immigration, whether that's, contractors, whether that's taxation. All of these people are there for you, a platform for you to interact with. So make sure you know that. And of course, YouTube, Nagraj Anaiya's YouTube channel as well. So
So,
Nagraj, yeah, go
coming
ahead.
back to that, our final verdict, right? Is
Yes.
the area worth it for the family? The Bay Area is not for everyone. Basically it's expensive, competitive, and fast paced. But for those who thrive in an innovative, diverse, and an opportunity rich environment, right, it remains one of the best places to live in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't get both hand in hand always.
Yeah.
There is something, always the life, what I think is kind of what you expect or what you want to give. That's what it comes back. It's
Mm-hmm.
anywhere you go in the world, you need to be working.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
how much stress to take, it depends on us, and it's a
True.
personal needs which finally comes down to.
True. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you
I,
think,
I
listeners? Like, if you have anything to share, also you can give us a call, or you can leave it on the YouTube also. Comment.
Yes, what's your insight on this? Do you feel it is the best place in the world to be in? And do you feel, happy and fortunate and lucky to be here? Or you think differently? We'd love to hear from you. So keep those calls coming in. So, Nagraj, a question that we are always talking about residential real estate, but do you also help with commercial spaces?
Yeah, I totally help on the commercial. Last year we did close few things in the commercial. Right now we are in a contract in a Sunnyvale. Also, the challenge of the commercial real estate is like basically it is not as a residential quick flow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's always its own, takes its own pace of the time, and it's always based on the requirements what we have. It defines. It is not like blindly you can't go and buy any commercial aspect. Let me give you one example on the Sunnyvale commercial real estate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sunnyvale property was listed for a $2 million.
Yeah.
$2 million, and we did look at the properties. We really liked it, and we expected it will go more than the list price and everything for the commercial. But it was like we ended into a contract for a 1.8 million.
Mm-hmm.
But 1.8 million, always the commercial real estate, how it works is, it is not like a zero contingencies you go as the residential. You always go within a contingencies,
Uh-huh.
because the owner or the buyer can go and do their checks or the all the due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
So we did go with a 45 days of a contingency and 60 days of a close. Okay. So, and I'll talk about the mortgage options for the commercial. How does that work also?
Yeah.
But first, let's talk about how the purchase wise it works.
Mm-hmm.
Once we went into a contract for the Sunnyvale property, this is like buyer, the seller usually needs to give the environmental reports of that. But the seller said, like, as a buyer, you need to go get the environmental reports.
Oh.
We did get an environmental report. Environmental report, how it works is like the phase one report we get, environmental phase one. It is usually cost on 2,500 to $3,000. It depends on the where is the property and what is the history of the property and everything. So this Sunnyvale property, we did get an environmental report. It costed us a $3,000 for the buyer. Once we get the environmental report, right, it came to know that in 1963 to 1970,
Mm-hmm.
place used to have a gas station.
Oh, okay.
Since being in a gas station, right, there were no reports of the decommission. Now the property has changed it into a workshop or like auto stores, or
Mm.
things has been changed right now.
Yeah.
Okay. But 1963 to like around 19 before 1970, there was a gas station was decommissioned,
Mm-hmm.
and it was demoed completely, and it was sold as an empty lot to the new buyer.
Oh, okay.
1970s, there were no strict regulations to like basically make sure all the environment related, all this environmental related started coming only after during it 1980s, 1985, the US started waking up. They started becoming a very strict.
Mm-hmm.
When we went back to the seller, how do you find out now the tanks were there or not? The tanks are, because if the tanks are not being removed from the ground, it
Hmm.
will cost us basically for each tank to be removed, it will cost you $50,000.
Oh, wow.
Usually the gas stations has a two tanks, usually it has it.
Hmm.
So to understand the station, the tanks has been removed or not, we need to have a phase two.
Mm-hmm. You need to have a what? Sorry?
Phase two, it's basically environmental phase two.
Phase two. Okay.
Phase two report is like basically they do a ground penetrating radars. They basically make some small holes and understand like it is like the tank still exists, what kind of things are there. They do a phase two report for that for
Hmm. Hmm.
commercial projects. Once we start, we ask for the seller, do you want to do a phase two?
Hmm.
Seller says, I don't want to do a phase two, and he's not even basically disclosing. He didn't even disclose that there was a gas station early. Because
Ah.
anything properties with a gas station, it has it's its own elephant. Always a
Yes.
dealing with it, because you might get it for a good deal.
Yeah.
The issue is, if any issues are in there in the property, the
Yeah.
environmental reports issues are there. It takes
Almost like a Pandora's box.
Pandora box, it opens up, and it usually takes around 25 to 30 years to clean up the property. Depends on the
Mm.
extent of the environmental damage it has
Oh.
and the soil damage.
Mm.
Again, depends on how extensively that oil has penetrated to the and touching the underground water.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's intense,
So that is
extensive.
why anytime in the commercial, what I was trying to tell you is like always dealing with the commercial properties, you should be very careful. It is not like
Mm-hmm.
straightforward, you go and buy.
Yeah.
So coming back to this story, like we asked for the seller to do it for one point, do a phase two, ask the seller to pay for it phase two.
Mm-hmm.
Seller says, no, I don't want to do a phase two,
Mm-hmm.
to get basically more repo.
Yeah.
Without phase two, nobody is going to offer the loan for this property right now, Sunnyvale
Mm-hmm.
property.
Mm-hmm.
Seller says, instead of 1.8, I'm okay to give you for 1.3 now.
Oh.
I will not even disclose it for
Mm.
I will not even basically don't ask us to do a phase two. You go buy it and you go deal with it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Now comes the question: is a 1.3 a really good deal in the
Mm.
Sunnyvale?
Mm.
Yeah, because new houses are coming going down to 2 million, 2.5 million.
Yeah.
Commercial property, this is close to a 8,000 square footage, 1,800 square footage. Is it a good deal? No, it is not a
No.
good deal. Reason
Mm.
is, if there are a tanks in the underground, if this tanks needs to be basically removed, it is not only about removing the tanks, that
Yeah.
even if there's a water, because normally if the tanks were not removed, they would have instead of the gas, they would have filled dried up and filled with the water. Even
Uh-huh.
the water would have been contaminated. To remove even the 1 gallon of water from there, it will cost you a $7. To remove a 10,000 gallon of water, it will
Yeah.
cost you easily how much? Right?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And
Okay.
if it basically reaches to the underground, that's again different scenarios which I discussed. So that's
Mm.
why the commercial always is a big thing to deal. And
Yeah.
experienced realtors makes a difference when you're buying in a
Yes.
commercial properties.
Yes.
So if
All the more so.
then we
Mm.
let go this 1.3 million, because you don't want to deal with this kind of issues
Yeah.
unless you have, even you buy with the cash. A lot of Chinese buyers made the same mistake. They
Mm.
went ahead and bought a lot of commercial properties like this for good prices, but
Mm.
then later you end up this kind of
Mm.
issues. You have
Yeah.
the lot things to deal with it.
Yeah.
This is why in the real estate, experience matters.
Yes.
What you're
Absolutely.
trying to buy, and
Mm.
that is where I play a role. I help them with a basically even the loans, mortgage options. So
Yeah.
even for a commercial and even for a
Real
residential.
residential.
And
Mm.
basically it's a process, basically sharing my whole real estate experience so that you guys can make a better decisions
Mm-hmm.
when you're buying a real estate.
Yeah. Right.
We are running out of a time, Vijay Lakshmi. So, our
Mm-hmm.
listeners, if you want to reach out to me, go to nagrajhomes.com and click on a WhatsApp icon, and it's easy to connect with me.
Yeah.
So, anything to share, how's the show is coming out, and if you are in the future you want to buy also, do reach out to me so that we can prepare for your future real estate things.
Yes, and
Thank
there's
you.
a wealth of information, real estate guide there on the website, nagrajhomes.com. Also, an accurate valuation of your home. If you're planning to sell it, you can get it quickly there as well. And
Yeah.
of course, we'll join you next Sunday at 12:30 to 1 p.m. on Bolly 92.3 FM. Thank you, Nagraj.
Thank you, Vijay
Always
Lakshmi. Thank you.